Hello, welcome to the Sagittarius May 2019 reading on Empress Moon Tarot 777. My name is Kimmy. Happy to have you here. This reading is going to be for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. If it turns out that we do get a love reading, which tends to happen, I tend to pick up on people's romantic energies as well, then this will also be for Sagittarius Venus signs. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading. Not everything that comes up in the reading will apply to your personal situation. Please don't try to force it to. Take the elements that do apply and sweep the rest away. If nothing resonates with you in this reading, also check the additional birth chart placements. All of my readings are always for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Once again, Venus signs if it's also a love situation. We are going to jump right into the reading, but for those of you that are interested in any of the cards that I use in the readings, there's links down below. If you're looking for information about personal readings or how to find the extended reading for this particular video, there will also be a link down below. Ooh, the Emperor came out before we even started. The Emperor. Sagittarius, this is Aries energy, so I feel like the particular element of this card that we're seeing is that there's some aspect of your life in which you are looking at and trying to figure out, how to create a better situation for yourself, whether that's in career, love, your personal development. I'm feeling for somebody it's a personal change, that you're making some sort of personal change in your life. Could be in relation to some sort of personal goal, like a workout goal or an education goal or something of that nature. But it looks like you're looking into all the steps to make sure that you're doing them in a specific order and in a specific manner in order to create what you want to create. Now, this particular reading is a 9-card spread, and like I said, it's a general reading. If you are new to my readings, there's also a link down below for the sneak peek for May 2019, which explains what I'm looking at when I'm doing one of these readings and kind of gives you an idea of how I work. It also contains a full reading for the collective for whomever might resonate with it, so you may want to check it out regardless. All right, Sagittarius, I think we're ready to cut the deck for your cards. A couple more shuffles. I'm also getting an impression that somebody is going to be receiving communication from somebody they haven't spoken to in a long time. This doesn't feel like a love situation. It feels like, a long-lost friend or family member. And I see somebody sitting in a restaurant when they're getting this phone call. They're like sitting in a restaurant or sitting in a waiting room somewhere. They're not going to be at home when this phone call comes in. 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups. The Death card. Judgment. Wow, we got some major things going on in your life here, Sagittarius. 3 of Swords. This is a past energy, so that's good. The 8 of Cups is our central issue. Ace of Swords. 4 of Swords. 8 of Pentacles. 10 of Cups. Look at that. We are moving in a beautiful direction. 9 of Wands is our overall energy. We'll address that here in just a minute. What has led up to that? Okay. All right, Sagittarius. Let's take some oracle cards for you, and then we'll jump right into your reading. But our overall energy we see here is the 9 of Wands. Let's talk about that while I shuffle. The 9 of Wands is, kind of fighting that uphill battle. It's almost like, you're trying to roll a giant stone up a big hill in order to to get to the top of the hill. And you know, it's continuing to persevere despite what difficulties, which I see here in your past row, the difficulties that you faced. Despite the difficulties that you face, you just keep going. You become an overcomer. And the reason you're being an overcomer and you're pushing forward is because you know there's something better for you. You know there's a direction that you want to go in. You know that there's good things coming. Whether you know this on a subconscious level or on an internal level or an intuitive level, does not matter. There's the sense that you just have to keep going, regardless of the things that have happened in your life. It's a beautiful energy. It looks like you're weary and you've pretty much had enough of the burdens that you can handle. Never-ending story. See, and then here's that same sort of energy where you feel like the same thing keeps repeating itself over and over and over again, and you're continuing and continuing and continuing. This is a card that also speaks of the fact that you have to trust in divine timing. So if there's something in particular that you're working towards and that you have been waiting for, this is saying you have to trust in that divine timing. Things happen when they're supposed to. Not always when we want them to, but when they are supposed to for our highest and best good. Even the things that feel negative are happening for our highest and best good to move us on to something else. If we are not resisting it. And we are allowing Spirit to work in our life. Because we all have free will. Sagittarius, please. May 2019. Oh, we had a flipper. Valiant courage. Take action with passion. Definitely see that happening here, which is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, a couple more cards and we're going to dig deep into this. Now let's talk about this Eight of Cups while we're at it, while I'm shuffling. Our Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups, walking away from toxic situations, toxic love situations, toxic friend situations, toxic work situations, some sort of toxic situation or multiple things that are no longer serving you in order to move on to something better. There's a little bit of anxiety with that future movement. There's also, you know, a little bit of excitement of moving towards something beautiful. Sagittarius, May 2019. There it is, right there. Good fortune, invite magic in. This is telling me, Sagittarius, that you really need to work on your mindset. You need to work on your mindset. You need to open up your heart and your mind to new opportunities, a new opportunity. By doing so, you're allowing things to occur in your life, and you're welcoming it rather than resisting it. I just feel like somebody's resisting change, which is why I keep talking about this resistance. Somebody's resisting the change. Somebody's resisting the new movement in their life. Sagittarius, May 2019. We also had a flipper here. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. I see that here with our Four of Swords. All right, Sagittarius. And there's also a sense of retreating with our Eight of Cups. Okay. So, like I said, our overall energy has to do with this Nine of Wands. It's perseverance. Perseverance as you move towards something related to your future. Trying to build a dream, trying to move towards some sort of dream, some sort of desire, some sort of goal. I feel like you are definitely moving away from heartache, because we have the heartache card right before our Eight of Cups. You're moving away from heartache. You're moving away from things that were confusing, things that were difficult, things that weighed you down. You have so many burdens that you're dealing with. It was like that was one more burden you could not handle. And so I feel like, you know, here's our one wand, the Hermit here, is holding this one wand. When we add it to our Nine of Wands, we have our Ten of Wands. So it's releasing the burdens. When we get to our Ten of Wands, there's no other option but to release some of these burdens in order for you to have some peace. So I feel like this moving away from toxic things and things that aren't serving you is helping you to move beyond this feeling of perseverance, move beyond this feeling of, you know, being beaten down on all sides, in order for you to gain some peace, in order for you to gain some direction in your life. Not that you don't have direction, it's just that you're looking at a new direction. Our past energy, I'm going to put these two together because I feel like they go together. Here's our confusion with our Seven of Cups, and here's our heartbreak. I feel like either you or somebody else was having some struggles trying to decide whether or not to stay in a relationship, or whether or not to pursue a relationship. This may have been a connection that never got off the ground. There may have been some cheating or deception or lies occurring within this connection. But there's definitely a sense of somebody not looking at things from a very clear perspective. There's sometimes an element of temptation associated with the Seven of Cups. So I feel like Sagittarius, either you or your person may have had other options, possibly, but I feel like it was more a confusion about where the relationship was going. If there was any kind of deceptive behavior, you're done with that. You're not going to be dealing with that anymore. You're not going to allow it to occur in your life if you were the one who was kind of dealing with feeling like the grass was greener somewhere else. One of the two of you was, and it caused a great deal of heartache. It hurt both people as well as the connection, as what we see with this Three of Swords energy. But I feel like this was necessary for your personal transformation, Sagittarius. This was something that you had to go through. You had to go through while you're dealing with the stresses of everyday life here with this Four of Swords, while you were dealing with this sense of, you know, needing to take a time out. Whether you were taking a time out from the relationship, which is possible because we do have Judgment here, second chances, and we move on to this beautiful Ten of Cups energy, or you're taking a time out in general from the world in order to determine what you want to do in your life, in some area of your life. Now, we see this time out often. We see this time out to find clarity when we have the Hermit. So I feel like more this was a time out to recharge, you know, to get your energy back, to find a little bit of happiness in your life, to release some of those stresses. Now, you are harnessing the energy of the Hermit within this Eight of Cups in order to find that clarity. But the Hermit goes within and takes time to himself, and this could be male or female, does not matter, takes time to himself in order to seek his star, in order to figure out what his clarity is, in order to figure out the direction that he wants to go in life. And we see here that in the Eight of Cups, the Hermit has said, okay, no more heartbreak, no more confusion, no more feeling like tired and worn out. None of that anymore. It's time to move forward. We also see moving forward in the Death card. The Death card is letting go of those past hurts in order to open yourself up for a brand new beginning here, Sagittarius. So I see two cards of transformation within your spread here. Both of these cards are saying it's time to move forward. So Sagittarius, these are being on our current row here. You may be in kind of this mental energy of still being stuck here, still being stuck in heartache, still being stuck in confusion, still being stuck in this feeling that you just need to retreat from the world, to disconnect. But while you're in that state, that's the time when you can look within and you can say, okay, here's things that are no longer serving me. They're pains, they're hurts, they're struggles that I've dealt with in my life. They're things that perhaps I'm not happy with that either occurred to me or by me that need to be healed in order to move on. And so as you look at that and you heal those wounds, you're able to let them go, to open up yourself for a brand new opportunity, to heal your heart, to heal your mind, to heal anything that may be preventing you from forward movement. So as you go through this personal transformation, you're also saying, okay, I'm no longer accepting this kind of difficulties in my life. I'm going to let them go so that I can move forward. Because what I really want is a brand new start. See how the Hermit is looking up here at the Judgment card. So our Eight of Cups is moving towards a fresh new start. This is atonement, forgiveness, second chances. Sagittarius, this could be a second chance with regards to a relationship, but I feel for a lot of you, this is more of a second chance with regards to some aspect of your life. Like there's something you want a fresh start on, something that was paining you, like pain, P-A-I-N, not painting, but paining you in some way, that was hurting, that you had to let go of. That's like, okay, you know, I've let go of this particular thing. Now it's time for me to start anew. It's time for me to start fresh. It's time for me to forgive the people that have hurt me in my past so that I can have peace and move forward. It's time for me to forgive myself for things I've allowed in my life so I can have peace and move forward. That's the energy that we have for you, Sagittarius. Those are the thoughts that need to be occurring going forward in order for you to have peace, because you're seeking peace here with this Eight of Cups. You're healing the past in order to move towards peace with the Death card. So it's very, very important whether this Judgment card deals with another person or not, the healing and the forgiveness has to occur within you, because really forgiveness is for the person who's doing the forgiving, less for the person being forgiven. The peace comes through that. And a second chance is coming for you, Sagittarius. With our Eight of Pentacles here, it's possible that this Four of Swords energy was the stresses and strains of your career and work life, and that you need to move beyond that. But I do see that you're going to be putting a lot of work and effort into you, Sagittarius, into you specifically. I'm really feeling like this kind of personal growth and transformation here for you right now. Personal growth and transformation. I feel like you're going to be, you know, kind of analyzing your life and situation. Just make sure you're looking at it clearly and try not to fall into negativity. You know, make sure your mindset is right so that you can invite a miracle into your life. Invite some sort of good blessing, good fortune into your life by having a positive mindset, a mindset of gratitude, where like attracts like, instead of a repelling kind of negative attitude of grief and sadness. You want to move beyond that. You need to move beyond that to allow good things to come into your life. Instead of getting stuck in this revolving door, which we see here with this Nine of Wands and this never-ending story, this kind of revolving heartache and sadness and struggles. Definitely somebody's hurt within their heart regarding a situation that's been ongoing and continuing and continuing and continuing in the same manner. It's like somebody's actions have remained the same despite the fact that there's been hope for a change. You may have let somebody go as a result of that. I feel like our retreat here is you taking time away so that you can heal you, so that you can work on self-love, that you can, you know, work on what feeds your soul and what makes you happy and what brings you the greatest amount of joy. You're definitely looking for a second chance in something, whether this is a second chance in love or a second chance in some area of your life. I see it's coming for you, Sagittarius. We don't have a time frame, though. There is going to be some sort of new idea, new development, new communication here with this Ace of Swords. Sometimes it can be negative, but I'm feeling like the Ace of Swords is going to be positive for you. It's surrounded by a lot of positive cards. A lot of positive cards, positive transformation, positive movement forward, and, you know, healing of the heart and the mind, you know, positive movement away from toxicity, negative things, positive movement and putting an effort into some area of your life, and positive love, peace, happiness, and harmony here. Sagittarius, if you're not having a second chance with a person, I feel like the second chance in life is going to be as you work on you and as you release and heal things from the past, then you're opening up your heart to a new opportunity with regards to love, and we see that coming down the road for you here. We'll get more information on this in the extended, but I'm feeling very strongly, Sagittarius, that this is personal transformation. And this particular card, Valiant Courage, Take Action with Passion, is really expressing that in this current state, Sagittarius, you have what it takes to make this forward movement. This is often forward movement alone. I'm not telling you to give up on a relationship at all. Only you can determine what you do want or don't want. Now, I'm not telling you to give up a job or anything of that nature. What I'm saying is have the courage to do whatever is right for you. Have the courage to believe that the direction you'll be going in your life is the direction that is right for you. Have the courage to heal the hurts and the wounds from the past, to open yourself up for new opportunities, and have the courage to forgive and let go of difficult things that have occurred in your life. Have courage, dear Sagittarius. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I am loving this spread for you. I don't know if you can see, there's a little bug that is flying around. If so, my apologies. I had the door open for the dog earlier. Sagittarius, as you know, brief recap, we have, you know, hurt, struggles, confusion, and stresses and constant burdens from the past have been plaguing you for quite some time. You are an overcomer. You are capable of moving beyond that. We see a transformation occurring now, a healing energy that's transforming your life in order to open yourself up for a new opportunity, a second chance in something. Whether this is a second chance in love, a second chance in your career, a second chance at life in general. It is something that you are looking forward to and that you're moving towards, whether you can see it or not. With the moon, things become illuminated as you take action to move forward. You'll be putting a lot of work into this. A great new idea or some sort of communication is going to come in, and we do have ultimate love, peace, and happiness coming your way in the future. It's absolutely positively beautiful, Sagittarius. This can only occur after the work's been done within you and after the forgiveness has been given to whomever it needs to be given. Sometimes we don't have the opportunity to express to somebody how we were hurt or how we are forgiving them. Sometimes people often will write letters to do that in order to release that energy. So that might be something that's of interest to you. Sagittarius, if you're interested in the extended reading, we're going to take a deep dive look into this. And I'm also going to separate our 10 of Cups. It's possible that a person may show up within this reading at that point in time, along with your energy. And if so, then I will take a look at both parties. But if not, I'm going to take a look at this 10 of Cups and kind of see if we can gauge a little bit of what's going on with that, you know, in the future here. But if the extended reading is not of interest to you, perfectly fine. I'm very happy to have you here. Please do check your other birth chart placements to see if you can gain some additional insight into your personal situation. And while you're here, be sure to hit like so that this message can get out to others who might be in need of it as well. Be sure to subscribe so that we can stay connected. Have an absolutely beautiful rest of the month, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.